The Senatorial Crime Investigation Committee shifts to New York, and Frank Costello, alleged overlord of gambling, arrives at the big town's federal building on Foley Square. Also in the limelight is convicted bookmaker Frank Erickson, released from prison to testify. Across the nation, the spotlight has been turned on the committee in all major cities. Before the packed committee room, the star witness Frank Costello arrives for what proves to be many hours of close questioning by the committee. As the committee members probe diligently, Costello goes into frequent huddles with his attorney, George Wolfe. Even a note of glamour is injected into the thrill-packed proceedings by the presence of Virginia Hill, in whose home the late Bugsy Siegel was killed. She denies any Costello connection.
Did you ever get any money from Costello?
No.
And did you ever get any money from Meyer Lansky?
I never got money from any of those fellas.
None of those
None
fellas?
of those fellas. None of these that I've been reading about, or none that I knew. They never gave me anything.
None of the Shetties?
No.
You
I
did-
don't even speak to the... I mean, I met that Charlie once or twice. I don't even talk to him.
You don't like him?
No.
The climax comes when Costello refuses to answer further questions.
Mr. Halley, all due respect for the Senate, which I have an awful lot of respect for, I'm not going to answer another question. You just says I'm not under arrest and I'm going to walk out.
Now, I should explain to you exactly what the legal situation is. You are under subpoena, and if, as I assume, the chairman instructs you to remain and answer questions, you will thereby become guilty of contempt of this Senate committee.
He threatens a permanent walkout on the committee and actually leaves the room. Upon being advised of the possibility of arrest, he returned later, but faces the probability of citation for contempt of the Senate. The Senate Crime Investigation Committee shifts its operations to Washington, where Attorney General J. Howard McGrath is among the witnesses. He urgently recommends new legislation to curb interstate gambling information. He is followed to the stand by J. Edgar Hoover, chief of the FBI, who makes an eloquent plea for stronger law enforcement at the local level, where he says the real evil lies.
The gambling problem must be viewed as a phase of the entire crime picture. Organized gambling is a vicious evil. It corrupts our youth and blights the lives of our adults. It becomes a springboard for other crimes, embezzlement, robbery, and even murder. But like any other type of crime, it can be controlled. If the laws against gambling presently on the state and local statute books were earnestly and vigorously enforced, organized gambling could be eliminated within 48 hours in any community in this land. No criminal, the gambler and his allies included, can long stand up before a determined, intelligent, and informed public opinion. That, in my opinion, is the basic answer to the gambling problem. An aroused public opinion which will act on a local level through local law enforcement authorities to wipe out the menace.